Shocking news is coming out of Prince Harry's UK security appeal from today. And everyone's asking, did he set up a member of the Sussex squad to interrupt proceedings in order to bolster his case against the Home Office? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the alternate, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because shocking news is coming out of Prince Harry's UK security appeal from today. He was escorted out of the High Court at one point by bodyguards after a random woman shouted out, "I support you," before she was kicked out by security. So just to go through the full story of what happened. So Hazza was escorted from the High Court hearing earlier on today when an agitated supporter, that, as described here by the Daily Mail, disrupted proceedings. And so they described this supporter as wearing glasses, being very diminutive, shaven-headed black woman who looked in her 50s. She had attracted attention by actually arriving late to the public gallery. She was repeatedly shifting in her seat, so she wasn't really staying still a lot. She was fiddling, fidgeting with two phones and a notebook. So all that fidgeting around, it was as if, she was G'ing herself up to do what she did in the end. You had Hazza's head security, David Langdown, and another aide focusing on this lady at that point. They caught her eye. She caught their eye, and they were like, hang on a minute, I think we've got to keep an eye on this one right here. And so when the hearing broke so that the public and the press could leave before their secret session began, involving security details that could not be made public, because the security details that they were discussing reportedly are also about security details for other members of the royal family. So I can appreciate that they're going to be heard in secret. I'm not angry at that at all. But when the hearing was transferred from being public to then secret, his head of security, David Langdown, and then the other bodyguard ensured that as the Hazza was being led out of the room of the Royal Courts of Justice, they were between him, Hazza, and the woman that was all of a sudden fidgeting as if she's geeing up to do something. And so as Hazza passed her, reportedly within touching distance, which I really don't believe it was in touching distance, but okay. The woman then suddenly shouted out what appeared to be, "I support you, Prince Harry." And then as Hazza was hurried out and rushed out, this woman then turned to the press and said, "If you're members of the press, you're the reason he's not in England." Well, firstly, she turned to the gallery, the press gallery. So her saying, "If you're members of the press," no, you can safely assume the members of the press, all right? It's quite moronic to turn around and say, well, if you're members of the press, facing a group of people where this particular group in this particular part of the courtroom is traditionally where the press sit. Yeah, there's no if about it. They were members of the press. And that's a kind of moronic move and moronic thing someone would say when they're part of the Sussex squad. I do call the Sussex squad morons for a variety of reasons. This is one of them. And so this kind of begs the question from a lot of people, including myself on the internet, which is, did Hazza set up a member of the Sussex squad to interrupt proceedings in order to bolster his case against the Home Office? Now, I'm just asking a question. I'm not making a statement of fact, but this is something myself and numerous others on the internet are actually asking right now, such as Queer Lips of Truth II at QLOT II, saying staged by a Sussex squad member. Today's headlines: Home Office hits back at Prince Harry's security row and says blame is on one person. And then the next headline: Harry dragged out of court by bodyguards as case derailed. The case wasn't derailed. The case was transferring from being public to private. There was that kind of in-betweeny bit where she then comes out. She says, I support Prince Harry. So what kind of threat was she really at the end? Now, according to Taz, make sure you support her and you subscribe to her on YouTube, is responding to Queer Lips of Truth II, saying my thoughts exactly. How did she get into the courtroom? Why did his security look at her straight away as a potential threat and do nothing? Why did they allow Harry anywhere near her if they were concerned? She only shouted, I support you, Prince Harry. Hardly a credible threat, unless, of course, he sees a bespectacled, diminutive, 50-year-old black woman as a threat. Who knows, right? But the prince at freedom_007_ believes 100% that a member of the Sussex squad was set up to interrupt proceedings in order to bolster Hazard's case against the Home Office. Because here he's sharing a tweet from the Sussex squad, mission accomplished by myself and my fellow squaddie at St. Paul's. So, reportedly, the Sussex squad are there to support Prince Hazard in his ongoing fight against the Home Office, which I wouldn't be surprised if they are there, to be fair, right? Now, I asked Grok this question. Did Prince Harry plan a Sussex squad member to create drama at his court appeal to bolster his case? I thought, do you know what? Let me ask Grok. Let me ask Twitter AI. And this is what they said. There's no concrete evidence to confirm that Prince Harry planted a Sussex squad member to create drama at his Court of Appeal hearing on April 8th to 9th, 2025. The claim seems to stem from speculation circling on platforms like X, where some users have suggested that a disruption in court might have been orchestrated by Harry or his supporters to strengthen his security case against the Home Office. However, no reputable news outlets covered the event, such as The Independent, BBC or Reuters, report any specific disruption linked to a Sussex squad member or any indication of a staged incident. The hearing itself focused on Harry's appeal over the downgrade of his UK security arrangements, blah, blah, blah. Posts on X like those from @lioness_XX express strong opinions about Harry's motives, labelling the case a vanity project and hinting at desperation tactics, including a supposed Sussex squad involvement. These are, when I can get my teeth back in, because I'm feeling like I'm hiccuping right now. These are unverified assertions, though, and reflect sentiment rather than fact. Without official court records or eyewitness accounts beyond social media, it's impossible to substantiate this theory. So did he plant someone? Based on available information, there's no proof, just chatter. It's possible something happened off the radar, but as it stands, it's speculation and not a documented event. And this is the thing, right? We do have to remember that this is all speculation, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. But it seems quite serendipitous, quite coincidental, that the appeal of Hazard trying to get essentially more security, a higher level of security, let's say, right, from the UK, saying that, you know, his life is at stake, his security is at stake in the UK, right? Literally saying that in the hearing, in the appeal, right, via his barrister. It's very serendipitous and coincidental that all of a sudden a random lass enters the appeal court and blurts out what she blurted out, creating these headlines of, oh my goodness, Prince Harry's dramatically escorted out of the High Court, hearing by bodyguards after a woman shouts, I support you, before she's kicked out by security. Very coincidental and serendipitous, I would say, that this happens at this particular hearing, at this particular appeal, where Hazard is trying to fight for better, in his mind, UK security. What happened to all the other opportunities that this lady could have gone to support Harry and blurt this out? How about, I don't know, Harry when he was in court a couple of years ago against the Mirror? Right? Where was this lady then? In the public gallery, jumping up to shout out, I support you, Harry. British media, you're a disgrace. Where was she then? Where was she at any of the other hearings where Hazard's fighting against the press, this, that, and the other. Nowhere to be seen there. But in this hearing, where he's saying his security, his life is on the line when he's in the UK, only then a random woman pops up to make this hullabaloo and make it out to be, oh, a security issue. Oh, my goodness, Hazard's in danger. Shiz the bed. Hazard's not in danger. She turned around and says, I support you, Hazard. But they're making it out to be this whole security thing. Oh. At an appeal where Hazard is fighting for, in his mind, better security from the UK. You see why so many of us are asking the question and scratching our heads? Hang on a minute, what the frick? Did he just set up a member of the Sussex squad to interrupt proceedings in order to bolster his case against the Home Office? Now, again, this is only opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Complete conjecture, right? And speculation. But like I said, Hazard's been in court many times with other cases, not to do with his security. Where was that supporter then going in and then blurting out, I support you, Hazard? Very serendipitous and coincidental that she does it in this hearing for this particular case with Hazard fighting the UK for better security in his mind. With that being said, enough with my gob. It's now time for you guys. If you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more, you do not want to miss my next video, then make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe, like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do you think Hazard set up a member of the Sussex squad to interrupt proceedings today in his UK security appeal in order to bolster his case against the Home Office? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.